Hello, this is my problem with the x350 Pro that I had purchased that seems to not want to initialize on a regular basis. Normally what you would do is you would take a battery and connect it up to the terminal, and the copter would go ahead and initialize. Now perhaps you heard that little chirp, which means that the battery is connected. It acknowledged the battery, but there's supposed to be a flashing green light there, which would indicate that that's how you're supposed to start the binding process to the radio. I'm going to unplug it again and listen for the chirp. Hopefully you heard the chirp there. I'm going to unplug it. And what I've been successful in doing is waking up the quadcopter by plugging it into my computer through the USB port. So if I take and I plug the USB port into the quadcopter, turn on my computer, and on the computer I have Flight Planner installed. And what I do is I will go ahead and connect the computer to the quadcopter. And as you can see, I now have a green blinking light, even though the battery is unplugged, which has woken up the CPU inside the quadcopter. After it's done initializing, I'll go ahead and disconnect the USB port, and so it's not associated with the computer any longer, but the quadcopter has woken up temporarily, and I'll illustrate. I'm going to disconnect it from the computer first. Now this is off, and this is just disconnected, as you can see here. And now I'm going to unplug it. And when I unplug it, it goes dormant. But if I now take and connect the battery to it, I'll get a chirp, and I get a initialization, which is what I should have gotten in the first place. So at this point, I can go ahead and turn the radio on. And I know this is out of order, but I could have had the radio on, but you can see that it's going through the binding process. At this point, it is bound. The computer is not connected. It has nothing to do with it. However, I can go ahead and activate the quadcopter by putting it into the unlock mode. And you notice the LED comes on. And I can activate the prop. And I can go into the unlock mode. So at this point, it is performing exactly the way it should be. However, if I go ahead now and I disconnect the battery and for 2 or 3 seconds and reconnect the battery, it will continue to work normally. You'll notice that it went ahead and it did its binding as it should. And at this point, it's connected to the radio. One would think that it's fixed at this point, but it's not. I can continue to connect and disconnect the battery up to 15 seconds. After around 15 or 20 seconds, as I'll illustrate now, I'm going to disconnect it, and we'll count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And we would then reconnect this. You hear a chirp. There's the chirp. And now we're waiting for it to bind. And as you can see, nothing happens. It's in the dormant stage. So that's the problem. Without waking up the quadcopter with my computer, this makes this unit inoperable. And I suspect that it is something in the boot ROM of the quadcopter, and that component is preventing it from doing the boot. Please give me a call, 818. Actually, I won't give you my phone number. This is going on YouTube. You have my email. If you have any other questions regarding why I believe this is defective, please ask any questions you want. Thank you. Bye-bye.